Hello and welcome to bellicon. My name is Anne and today I want to show you my favorite exercises for pelvic floor training on the bellicon. A lot of people think that working out on a rebounder is not really suitable for people with pelvic floor problems. But that's not true. We can use the bellicon on many different ways to do something positive for our pelvic floor. The pelvic floor is a multi-talent, so it's super important that the pelvic floor is strong and hold, but it's also super important that the pelvic floor is able to let go. And for these two facts, we can use the bellicon in a very good way. So let's start with my favorite exercises for a good pelvic floor training. So we start our first exercise for the pelvic floor on the bellicon. So you can start in front of your bellicon and now you can come down, take a seat and bring your feet to the ground so that you have a stable position here as well. So first of all, we want to try to get a feeling for the pelvic floor, to get a feeling how we can bring some tension in the pelvic floor, but also super important, how we can release it, how we can relax it, and how we can let it go. This is a super important fact as well for the pelvic floor. So bring your attention to your own body and feel on your glutes and on your butt, and maybe you can feel the two bounds in the end of your pelvic. And now try to bring your weight to both sides and just bring the upper body a little bit in a back position. You can put your hands behind your back to stabilize a little bit more and have a little bit more comfortable position here. Maybe you can feel that your abs are already working in this position. This is also a good side fact because the pelvic floor muscles have a direct connection to the abdominal muscles. So now just relax a little bit in this position. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And bring your concentration to your pelvic floor. Feel into it. And with the next exhale, try to bring a little bit tension to your pelvic floor. With the inhale, relax it. You can imagine that you want to lift your pelvic floor a little bit up with the exhale and let it go with the inhale. If this is going well, you can start to use your legs with this movement. So with the exhale and with the tension, you can lift one side up and inhale, put the foot down again. Exhale, lift your knee, tension on the pelvic floor. Inhale, let it go, relax your body. Maybe you can feel that if we are using our legs in this movement, we can also use the position of our hip and of the pelvic to help us to squeeze the muscles in the pelvic floor a little bit easier. With the second exercise, I want to show you how many benefits we have if we are working out on the bellicon rebounder in relation to the pelvic floor. So if we are using the bellicon for our training, and for example, if we just bouncing on the bellicon, we always have a change between tension and relaxation in the muscles of the pelvic floor. And this is a super important fact, that we not only squeeze the muscles and have tension, that we also train to let the pelvic floor go, and so we can release hypertension in the pelvic floor. So bring your feet under your hips If you feel a little bit unstable, like me 1 second ago, you can open your feet a little bit wider for a more stable standing position. So bring your hands in front of your body. You can put it on the thighs, super soft and easy. And now just start with a little bouncing movement. So if you bring your upper body a little bit more in a front bend position, you can feel that you need a little bit more tension in the abs. Your shoulders are back and down. And now try to squeeze your pelvic floor muscle with the next exhale and relax with the inhale. Bring tension on it with the exhale and relax with the inhale. Try it again. Exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles a little bit and relax with the inhale. It's the same imagination picture than before, so you can try to lift your pelvic floor up and let go. One of my favorite exercises, exercise number 3, is an exercise on the bellicon as well. We are using the position of the pelvic floor in the body, but also our position on the bellicon to make the training for the pelvic floor a little bit easier. So we're also using the connection between the abdominal muscles and the pelvic floor muscles for a reflexive training. So we start in front of the bellicon. Now we are going in the following position, on your knees and on your hands. Bring your elbows and your forearms down on the bellicon. You can grab your hands around the edge. Open your knees a little bit and just look down soft and easy in the neck. And just do an easy inhale, exhale. Now bring your toes here on the edge on the other side. And we try again. With the exhale, you bring some tension on the pelvic floor and you release with the inhale. Maybe you can feel that the position that we have now makes it a little bit easier to squeeze the muscles in the pelvic floor. And if this is working well, you can try to lift your knees up with the exhale and the tension and bring it down again in the relaxation part. Lift it up, exhale, bring it down and inhale. It is important that you can do this movement under the tension of the pelvic floor. So if you feel that it's not so easy to combine it, let the knees on the mat and focus only on the pelvic floor part. Exercise number 4, also one of my favorites. It's also a super nice position to train the pelvic floor and make it a little bit easier. So we start again in front of the bellicon, but now we want to go into a laying position on the back. So first of all, just find a comfortable position, place your hands next to your body and bring the heels on the edge here of your bellicon. Find your comfortable breath in and out. And first of all, shift your pelvis with the exhale a little bit in direction to your ribs. And release it with the inhale. So maybe you can feel that you automatically squeeze your abs with this shifting movement. This is what we want. And now we want to try to lift the hip up in this tension part and bring it down in this relaxation part. Exhale, lift it up. Tension on the pelvic floor. And inhale, let it go. So for me, it also feels easier to bring tension on the pelvic floor in this position because of the position of the hip and the pelvis. So if this feels comfortable and easy for you, you can try to lift one leg up with the hip. This is more difficult, so be sure that level 1 and level 2 is good for you. Exercise number 5 for your pelvic floor training. For me, one of the most important benefits of working out on the rebounder is the fun part. It's so much easier to stay on your training if you have fun with your training. Okay? So, we start in our ground position. So, feet under your hips, bend your knees, squeeze your abs a little bit, shoulders back and down. And we start again with a soft bouncing. So we have a light endurance training here as well. We're always working on our core stability. Bring your hands on your side first. And now just open and close your legs in a little rebound movement. If you want, you can try to bring your arms within. Just easy open and close. Just remember, inhale, exhale, and hold your stability in the core. And for the next 5 movements, 1 time out, 1 time in, we want to try to bring tension in the pelvic floor. Okay, are you ready? 4, 3, 2, and go. Hold your tension 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, and relax. So just try to hold your tensions, 5 rebounds, out and in, then do a little break, and then you can repeat. So I hope you liked my favorite exercises for the pelvic floor. If you want to learn more about the pelvic floor, if you need training inspiration, exercises and trainings plans, you can use the link in the description below to go to our training platform bellicon Plus. Here you can find a lot of videos round about the pelvic floor, theory, trainings or training plans. Maybe I can see you there, but for now I wish you a lot of fun with your exercises at home.